Hello, my name is Lauren Singer, and this is my indoor and outdoor classroom design plan for trends and issues in early childhood education. Within my PowerPoint, I'm just going to go over the floor plans of each of my classrooms, indoor and outdoors, and then I'm going to talk about the materials included in each center/station within each floor plan. On the first side of my PowerPoint is just an example of the floor plan of the indoor classroom, and I designed it in a specific way that it would accommodate all centers in the room. So for the indoor classroom, I placed the art center on the very left side of the room. I placed the block center beside that, and then the water and sand center on the other side of that. In the very middle of the room, I placed the music center. Therefore, if there needed to be any arrangements within the classroom, maybe like for nap time, placing mats or pillows everywhere, like it would be able to be arranged and things would be able to be moved. Beside the music center, I put the literacy center, which is secluded from noise because the other stations would be loud, distracting the other students in the literacy center. On the very left side of the room in the corner, I put the manipulative center, and beside that I put the science center, which is directly across from the art center, so they're both able to share a sink, therefore they have a water source. And beside the science center, finally I have the housekeeping/drama center, which requires a larger area because it has lots of storage. So going over the materials in each center. So for the art center, it's pretty much just going to be your essentials such as crayons, markers, there's an easel over there, rulers and scissors, things like that. Within the art center, the materials can change weekly because students will be completing different projects and different assignments for the art center. And then next we have the manipulative center, and that includes self-correcting toys and open-ended toys. An example of a self-correcting toy is a puzzle, and an example of an open-ended toy is a Lego because the students are able to build it without knowing what they want to build. Another example of those is a Lincoln log or a Bristol block. In the Literacy Center, it will contain all different types of books, such as picture books. It will have new award-winning books, classic books, poetry and other nursery rhymes that the students can look at, homemade children's books, and it will also contain, depending on the age group, it'll have books addressing multicultural and diversity issues, and content-oriented books to what they're learning in class. And lastly, it will have lots of notebooks and papers and pencils for them to write and come up with their own stories. The block center is pretty simple. It just will have a set of wooden mini blocks. It will also include transportation toys, farm animals, dollhouse furniture, and play money for the children. The housekeeping center is also combined with the dramatic play center, so it'll be a little bit larger. It will include all child-sized kitchenware like a sink, a stove, an oven, a fridge, and we'll also have plastic china and silverware for all the students to use. I also included a fake telephone, a dustpan, and a broom to practice some housekeeping skills. And it will also include pictures of people engaged in these housekeeping tasks. Therefore, the students have examples to look at, and they can practice it on their own. Looking at the dramatic play center, which I included in that, that's pretty much just going to have the essentials, such as costumes, dress-up clothes. It'll have a mirror, some dolls to play with, jewelry, hats, and other props for the students to be creative with. And the music center, which I placed in the middle of the room, is going to have a CD player, and if a classroom is able to have one, hopefully a piano will also be there. Some other instruments such as rhythm sticks, cymbals, triangles, bells, and drums. And the Discovery/Science Center, hopefully in my classroom I will be able to provide a class pet for the students. It will also have different types of plants, flowers. It will have rocks for the students to look at, shells, a magnifying glass, balance scales, an aquarium, and like I said before, maybe an animal or an insect in a cage. The Sand and Water Play Center includes funnels, measuring cups, a water wheel, spoons, small buckets, hand towels in case there is an accident, and pitchers. And those are all the materials within the indoor classroom plan. So next I'm going to talk a little bit about the outdoor classroom plan that I did. So going off of the floor plan, in the left corner of the area is going to be the natural area, and I placed just like several plants in that area. And then in the top right corner is the dramatic play, which directly below it is also going to be the Sand and Water Play Center. And there's going to be like a shed right beside that, because I know that both of those centers require lots of storage outside. Below that is the manipulative area, which also requires the storage from the shed. I put the transition area right in the middle, therefore students can go wherever they'd like to after they're transitioning from class time. And then in the bottom left slash like middle of the room is the physical area, which includes the slide and like the big jungle gym objects. So that includes a lot of running space as well. So the materials in each center include, starting with the transition area, I included an easel for painting in that area, some other art activities, paint, and other art materials. And I also included pictures of water to practice water play and those fine and gross motor skills in that area. Next we have the manipulative slash construction area, and this includes puzzles, small blocks, beads, a woodworking bench so students can practice those constructive skills, building materials, and Play-Doh and clay so they can also work in that area. The Dramatic Play Center contains a giant playhouse for the kids, props and costumes that will all be stored in the shed, and a small car body or a steering wheel of some type. The physical area is pretty simple. There's going to be tricycle paths for the kids to ride around. There'll be a slide, jungle gyms, maybe climbers, and some swings also in that area. The sand and water play area will include a sandbox, which will have lots of toys such as digging and mixing materials, toy trucks, boats, and some plastic animals or humans. And finally, the natural area pretty much just includes plants such as trees, bushes, shrubs, and flowers. And I'm also going to have some rakes or shovels for any time the students are going through a unit of gardening. And that is the entire indoor and outdoor classroom plan. Thanks for watching.